Welcome, everyone. We'll give it just a minute to see if anyone else is going to jump on, and then we'll get started. If you're already on, please, in the comments, tell me your name and where you're from and what you want to get from this, what you're hoping to get from this 1 hour session this morning. Okay, so welcome to Design a Life You Love the Warrior Way. You're not here by accident. This isn't just another webinar. This is a turning point. Now, I'm going to go through a quick list, and you tell me if this is you. Are you a midlife woman wondering what's next? Let me change just a little bit. Please hold. There we go. Who spent your life caring for others and feel disconnected from yourself? Who just feels tired, so tired, and wonders if you have the energy to keep going? Who feels like you have lost your spark and who wants purpose, not just busyness? If this is you, you're in the right place. Maybe you feel stuck right now, but by the end of this training, you'll know the 4 powerful steps you need to take to start moving forward. Before we go any further, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Cindy Bayless. I'm a life coach, author, and a warrior guide. I'm a grandma of 9, and I nerd out about rewiring our brains. And I love doodling, painting, and creating in general. So I know how it feels, and I've been there. I want to share with you my story because I know how frustrating it can feel. After being a stay-at-home mom for 30 years, my husband said he wanted a divorce. He had already filled out the paperwork, contacted an attorney, and just needed my signature. Understandably, I was devastated. In the weeks and months that followed, I woke up every day thinking I'm struggling. And then I would say throughout the day, I'm struggling. I felt like I was treading water in the middle of the ocean and fighting for survival. I was treading water, but I wasn't getting anywhere because that's what treading water means. You're just staying afloat. The waves or the struggle just kept slapping me in the face, and I could barely keep my head above water. Maybe you know that feeling too. The fear was real. I was terrified of drowning, terrified of what might hurt me, terrified that this was now my life, and I felt really stuck. Treading water was keeping me alive a bit longer, but it wasn't getting me moving towards anything useful like the shore if I was drowning in the middle of the ocean. And yet, even in the middle of it, there was a tiny part of me that believed I could create something better. However, I did have to stop treading water and start swimming with some purpose. That's what I want to share with you today. The path that got me from drowning to designing the life I love. But first, I have a question. Studies show there is one thing that increases learning dramatically. Not repetition, not pressure, not more time. Something surprisingly simple, yet most of us adults forget how to do it. So the question is again, what one thing do children do but most adults forget how to do? The surprising answer is play. Play is how we learn best, and it's a huge part of how we learn and grow. And you'll experience this firsthand today during this session. So some facts about play. A creative outlet is essential to psychological and mental health. Creative pursuits like doodling help focus our minds, have been compared to meditation, and release dopamine. Being creative makes it easier to learn, solve problems, and enhances critical thinking skills. I know I would love all of those things. Research shows that when we incorporate fun, hands-on creativity, people learn up to 400% faster. That's not a typo. That is exactly why doodling works. It's not silly, it's science-backed transformation. So let's start by playing a little bit. So I'm going to change my screen really quickly so that you can see this. Okay. So I suggest you have a piece of multimedia watercolor paper. However, if you have plain cardstock, or if you have copy paper, it'll all still work. So as far as paintbrushes go, if you're going to watercolor, I suggest something big like one of these. This is like simple from the hardware store. And then this one is a watercolor brush I had from years ago. But they're a little bigger and it will make the process go faster. I guess I have another one too like that. So they're all little wide. However, if you don't have those things and you have copy paper or multimedia, these are just highlighters that I pulled out of my stash. You can use highlighters. You could use, I didn't pull those out, but I have alcohol ink markers. Those would work. I also have colored pencils. Or I don't know why all these, they're all green. I'm green and pink, but colored pens. Dry erase markers would work. So don't get stuck on not having exactly what you think you need. Just grab stuff and let's get started. Here is my watercolors. I'm just going to squirt them down with a squirt bottle. And then we're going to take our brush. We're going to choose and get it wet. I'm going to choose a color. So I'm going to choose blue today, this morning. And then I'm just going to do half of the page. And I'm just going to do this. Make a stripe. Get it a little wetter. There we go. And you could even, if you wanted to, just go all the way down the page of the same color. That might even be fun. And you see how I grabbed a little pink as I went? Or you could grab another color. I think I'll go with red. And bring it right up next to it so it blends a little bit. Okay. And then if you want, you could use some of these other tools. So here is a colored pencil. And with the colored pencil, I could just scribble across here. And all of this is such a good thing to do if you're feeling some stress, because now we're just starting to act like a child and do some scribbling. And then you could, so now you could either choose to leave that blank, or you could paint over it. I like to paint over it and see what happens. Because once again, we're just experimenting, right? I'll take some purple. We are playing. Okay, now I have this purple pen, and I just want to do this. Maybe I want to go back and forth. And let's use I almost forgot about the highlighter, so let's use the highlighter, and let's do X's. Now, isn't that a fun page? And then I want to, because I know I've already played around with it. So doing this, I want to paint over this pink ink because it does some fun things. So do you see how it's just separates right from that ink and even kind of smears it, which is cool. Maybe I'll take it even down on this just for fun. Okay, do you see how we just played and we didn't worry that it was good or bad? That's how children play. All right, so set that aside to dry, and we might come back to it. So let's go back here. All right, so buckle up, beautiful warrior. You're about to see what's really possible in your life. You're going to learn the 4 steps to design a life you love. These aren't just concepts, they're proven tools I use with myself and with women just like you. So the 4 steps are: believe in yourself. So this is such foundational work, and most of us want to skip it. We want to get into the real stuff. So we're like, believe in myself doesn't matter. I just have to work harder. If I have to I have to do whatever it is. But if you'll stop and you'll start learning to believe in you, you will see the heavens open. Things will start really working for you because you're not in the background. What is the word I want? Sabotaging yourself. So the first step is believe in you. That if you only did that, your whole life would change. The next step is build a vision. You're going to build a vision and create a system so that your brain starts automatically creating that new vision for yourself. And then you're going to start healing. Bravely heal. You're going to heal from some of the stuff that's happened in your life and let go of some stories and some thoughts and start to really heal yourself so you are stronger and better than before. And then you're going to become a divine warrior. Someone who's focused and intentional about how they create their life. I call this my warrior's journey. This isn't just a framework, it's a path to becoming the woman you are always meant to be, and we'll walk it together step by step. So number one, believe in yourself. This is the foundation. Everything starts here. If you don't believe in yourself, no strategy or vision will stick. This is foundational work. So I'm going to tear my page out because get your tools out because we're going to start doodling, but I gotta tear this one out so it will dry and I can use it when I need it. Why? There we go. Okay. And let me turn on the light for that. Okay, so here we are. And you're just going to draw a doodle of you. I like to use this Sharpie Ultra Fine. So if you Ultra Fine point, it doesn't run when you paint over it. If you don't have one, use anything you have. So we're going to start by making a circle at the top, and we're going to start on this side, just on this side, because we're going to need this other side. So you're going to do a circle. That's your head. Give yourself some hair. That your hair can or resemble yours, or it can't. So I keep my hair down most of the time, but in this case, I do a bun, which P.S. I've never worn a bun in my life. So let's see if we can get that a little better. So don't stress about it. Just make something, make a head. Then I'm going to do a triangle for a dress. Once again, I wear dresses occasionally, and I take them off the minute I get home. But a dress is faster for me, so I do that. So it's a long triangle. Then I'm going to give her some feet while I'm down here, legs and feet sticking out of that dress. And then I'm going to give her some eyes, and these eyes are going to look like she's pondering, and then a slight smile. Okay, I'm going to leave the arms off for a minute. Now, I want you to make a dotted line right down the middle of her. And don't get stuck in it not being just straight, because that's the whole point. All right, so we've gone all the way down. Okay, now on the left-hand side, we're going to make our girl be a little disheveled. So her hair is coming out of her bun. It's frayed. Maybe some hair has fallen into her eyes, come out of the bun. She's got a tear falling down her face. Her face is dirty. She has a patch on her dress, several. She's not feeling very well, and so she's got a Band-Aid in this place on her. Her dress is dirty, and maybe it's ripped in a couple places. And her leg is hurt. As my daughter, who's 24, would say, she's been through it, right? But on the other side, she cleans up pretty well, right? Don't worry about the arms. We'll come back to that in a minute. I guess we could, let's go ahead and do the arms. So we're going to put a heart in the middle of her chest. And then we're going to put one hand on her heart and the other hand on her chest, yep. Okay. So 60% of American women report having negative thoughts about themselves every day. And nearly 90% of women compare themselves to others, particularly to images they see on social media. When we speed ourselves up, we shut down, lose motivation, anxiety and depression increases, and self-worth declines. We think that pointing out our flaws or weaknesses, or think about our girl with her flaws and weaknesses on the left hand side of her dress. We think that pointing those out makes us try harder and keeps us from making mistakes. However, multiple studies show that self-compassion gets far better results than berating ourselves. My favorite quote from Maya Angelou said, "I learned a long time ago, the wisest thing I can do is to be on my own side." This is from my book. When we compare ourselves, when we have self-compassion, we stop beating ourselves up, giving up when things get hard, and ignoring our humanness. As humans, we're not meant to be perfect, and we don't want to be. If you only remember one thing from this presentation, I want you to remember this. Believing in yourself is the root of every meaningful change you will ever make. Oh, I went the wrong way. Sorry. So what changes when you believe in yourself? You stop playing small and you start being seen and showing up. It's really quite miraculous when you believe in yourself and what you're capable of and what you're doing. You actually become unstoppable. You're not perfect, and you start understanding that you were never meant to be perfect, and you gain compassion for yourself and others. I have a quick example of that. I have a client I'm working with, and she had a new thought about someone that she's trying to improve the relationship. And that thought was, I can give her space and grace, all the space and grace she needs. And she told me last time we met that she's now giving herself more space and grace too. And those kind of things go both ways. When you have new thoughts about yourself, you can have kinder thoughts toward other people. You don't become fearless. You don't have to be fearless to shine. The beauty of this program is that you are encouraged to feel the fear and do it anyway. But you will become deeply, boldly you. When you show up as yourself, you get to shine your own unique, powerful light. All right, so we're on step number 2, bold vision. Now that you're starting to believe in yourself, you need to see where you're going before you can get there. A clear vision gives your heart something to move toward. A clear vision gives your brain, that reticular activating center in your brain, to start envisioning what steps you need to take next. This is where the future starts to take shape. This is so exciting. Stuck feels hopeless. We settle, we spin in indecision, and we have no vision. But the good news is, hope is a skill. Hope is something is not something you're born with or without. It's something you learn and grow. And today we rekindle our hope. Skills can be developed. So I want to do a meditation. So I invite you to find a quiet spot and sit quietly and close your eyes. Okay. So we're going to start by taking a slow, deep breath in and let it out. Another deep breath in and let it out. Okay, so now I want you to picture a moment in the future, a version of your life that feels a little past possible, a little impossible, a version of your life that makes you feel hopeful and strong, a version that is aligned with who you want to be. And maybe that is peaceful, strong. So envision, so you're waking up and you look around it. So envision yourself waking up and looking around at the space you're in. What does that new space look like in the future? In that future that you just envisioned? What have you created for yourself in this beautiful, loving place that you've created? Now imagine yourself rising out of your bed. And what are your thoughts for the coming day? What choices are you making today? And what matters to you in this moment? See yourself in action, working, connecting, creating, moving. What are you doing as you're working and connecting and creating and moving? Who are you creating? Who are you connecting with? What's the project that lights your soul on fire? What are you creating in your own life? What are you so proud of in this version of you? And what are you no longer tolerating? Ooh, that's an interesting one. What are you no longer tolerating? Zoom in on her habits. What does she say yes to constantly? And what has she finally said no to? Let's get a little closer. What are her thoughts? What does she believe about herself as she stands in front of the mirror? What is she no longer apologizing for? What is she no longer hiding from? Now let's even make it sharper. Name 3 words that describe her energy. Is it confident, purposeful, lighthearted, joyful, loving, kind? Choose the 3, any words you can think of that come to mind. Choose those 3 words. And now one more thing. What kind of impact is she making on her family, her community, on herself? This is the woman you are becoming. See her clearly. Feel her presence in you now. Now, just feel that for a minute. What does that feel like to be her? What were those 3 words you thought of? Mine are strong, confident, purposeful. Okay, so take one deep breath, and when you're ready, open your eyes. And now I want you to start writing about who you will become in this one beautiful life. So take a minute on a blank piece of paper and just start writing all the thoughts that have come to you during this meditation, and write them down. I'll give you a couple of minutes. Okay, let's move on. I'd have one last quote from Jonas Silk, and it says, "Hope lies in dreams, in imagination, and in the courage of those who dare to make dreams into reality." This is not false hope. It is hope rooted in being able to create yourself the way you want to create yourself. So step 3 is brave healing. Healing takes courage. This is the heart of the warrior journey, facing what's hurt us and choosing to heal. Your brain believes what you tell it. So if you tell your brain that you're a victim, it believes you. And if you tell your brain that you're a hero, it believes you. So what if you started repeating truth instead of lies? So in this step, I want you to choose one of these, choose a thought. You will get this download after this presentation. You will get an email with this download of these empowering thoughts. So I'm just going to read them out loud to you and let you choose one. Then I want you to choose one. I am resilient, courageous, and unstoppable. I create the results that I want. I have everything I need to thrive. I trust myself to make wise decisions. I am a magnet for joy and abundance. My life is unfolding in perfect timing. I trust that everything is working for my highest good. I am exactly where I need to be. I am becoming the woman I was always meant to be. My wisdom is my superpower. I radiate confidence, beauty, and strength. I welcome change as a doorway to something better. My heart is open to love in all its forms. I am proof that it's never too late to start again. I wake up excited for what today will bring. My dreams are still valid and I am still capable. I am fearless in the pursuit of what sets my soul on fire. I inspire others simply by being myself. I am unafraid of humiliation, rejection, or embarrassment. So choose one of those, and then I want you to write it down. Oh, I'm jumping the gun, but start by choosing one of those. It takes courage to look at your thoughts and rewrite your stories. It is a courageous act, but it's warrior work. And we will work on it within our program, but I want you to start working on one new thought to enter into our lives. So our scars and those things that have hurt us tell stories of strength and courage, each one reminding us of the grit it took us to get here. So back to our doodle girl. I don't know why. Okay, so here you're going to write that thought, that new thought. I'm going to go back here. That new thought right underneath her feet here. So mine will be the very first one. I am resilient, courageous, and unstoppable. Okay. And then I want you to go up here, and you've already got a heart. Remember the heart we put on her? I want you to put a Band-Aid over it, because all of us have had something hard happen that's hurt us, but we can heal our hearts. Okay, step number 4, become a divine warrior. This is your transformation. This is your legacy. Now is the time to rise. You'll learn how to focus on what really matters, walk boldly as your true self, and fully embrace who you are, a divine warrior, scars and all. This is your next chapter. This is the woman who you are becoming, fully alive, fully you, bold, grounded, and free. A divine warrior believes, loves, and takes care of herself. She has a hope-filled vision for herself filled with joy. And she bravely heals her thoughts, stories, and her past. Your doodle warrior. So that these are the parts of it, of your doodle warrior. Here's the doodle of you. Here's your healed heart, and here's her hero's cape. So let's go and create that hero's cape. Oh, so from your sheet of paper that you did your doodles on, I want you to cut out a hero's cape. So let me put this back up on the screen. If I can. Okay, so you're just gonna cut it out freehand, and this is kind of giving you a picture of what that might look like. But I have also done capes that are just long rectangles. My only problem is sometimes I make them a little too big. I'm not sure that that's bad either. You've got to. No one wants a small cape. See how that one works. I forget when I'm cutting, but I think you can. Let's see. I think I want it. All right. I want it flying in the breeze, so I'm going to make it. All right, so here is your hero's cape. And on that cape, don't get stuck in this, just cut something out. And on that cape, I want you to write some of the attributes that your future self had in the meditation. So write some of the words that come to mind. Like I said, my 3 words were purposeful, confident, and I don't remember the other one for sure, but kind, loving, hope-filled, on fire. And I want to leave a legacy of love. And if you have any other sentences that you love, put them in there. Fill her cape up with what makes her strong. And strong was the word. Strong was the word. So strong. And courageous. Okay. Now I have this. Let's change cameras again. No, that didn't do it. Okay, so I have this stuff called matte medium that I will be gluing it on with, but if you have regular white glue, a glue stick, Mod Podge, use whatever you have. If you don't have anything and don't want to get anything, if you have tape, and anything works. And we're just going to put it on the back, and we're going to glue it on. And I encourage you to fill this up with some of your journaling from today. Okay, let's see. Wipe off my fingers. Okay. So here's the deal. When I was going through my biggest struggle and treading water in the middle of the ocean, I realized that no one was coming to save me. I was on, someone might help me, but this was my path to walk. No one could save me. The knight in shining armor was not coming. So I want you to turn your page over, and or you can do it under here. So either way, I want you to do a little more journaling. And so the first prompt is, in what way do I want someone to save me? So sometimes we're like, well, I don't need anyone to save me. So let me give you an example that is a little less than drowning in the middle of the ocean. So many times I show up in a relationship and tell somebody something, and I want them to tell me it's okay. I want them to tell me that I'm okay. I want them to give me words of affirmation and say, you know, you're all right. So in what way are you looking for someone to make you feel better, or someone to, but let's talk about words of affirmation. So in the 5 love languages, we're taught that the other person needs to fulfill those. How are you looking to someone else to fulfill your love language? Now, the next question is, how can I be my own hero and save myself? In what ways can you show up and give yourself your own words of affirmation, your own gifts of love, your own time? Where are you neglecting your own self and wanting someone else to show up for you in the ways that you want to feel loved? So, and how can you give yourself your own touch? There's the gifts of touch. I think I might have forgotten one. So how can you do that for yourself? And touch, you can honestly hug yourself. You can give yourself those things. It's kind of amazing. And then when you get it from others, it's just icing on the cake. So you don't need permission to love yourself and become a warrior. You are already ready. You don't need permission to leave your legacy of love. So let's recap quickly. And I have something to write above our warrior. So we start by believing in ourselves, building a vision, healing bravely, and then becoming a divine warrior. So I want you to above your warrior, I want you to write, I am a warrior. And I want you to really look at her and yourself and see how much of a warrior you are. You've gone through some stuff, and maybe there's some 50% ugh on this side and there's 50% yay on the other side. So you've seen what's possible. You learned the warrior way, the 4 powerful steps. You felt the shift just from this 1 hour together. Now imagine what's possible in the next 12 months. But knowing that this works, that isn't enough. Inspiration without action fades. Implementation is so important, and we like to learn a lot of stuff. I love to consume content, but when I actually decided to put it into action is when my life began to change. If you felt something stirring in you today, don't wait. Let's walk this path together. I want to introduce, so I'm going through things. Hold on. I want to introduce Doodle Healing, Design a Life You Love 90 Days at a Time. I'm so excited about this program and what it offers you. I'm going to go. This is my signature program. It's a 12-month journey to go from stuck to unstoppable, and I will walk beside you all throughout the way, all along the way. And I didn't just create a program. I created tools to walk you through it, and 90 days at a time. And this is the 90-day Believe in You planner that is only exclusively available within this program. It's designed to help you build unshakable self-belief in yourself. There's a section to doodle. There's a place to download all your thoughts and work and do some belief cycles that maybe you don't understand about, but I'll teach you. Guided journaling prompts and planner pages with daily prompts or reminders so you can remember what you love about yourself, to put joy in your life and what you're grateful for. That's so packed full of things, and it only takes a few minutes to use every day. You won't think differently at the end of this. You will feel it and live it. So what's inside this program? 12 months of step-by-step transformation is what's inside of this program. We take each quarter and we go through believing in ourselves, building a vision, bravely healing, and becoming a warrior. And then we do it all again. And every month, every quarter, we get a new planner. The lessons are short, powerful lessons, and I've made it so the doodles are separate, so you can do the doodles if you want to or not. I encourage it because it creates change faster than ever before. We have meditations inside of the program. I have a toolbox that I keep adding new ways to change your brain and to calm your sympathetic nervous system. And you can add those and decide which ones work best for you and throw out the ones that don't. We have bi-monthly coaching calls to help you if you're feeling stuck, and a digital download of the 90-day Believe in You planner. And for a limited time, I am offering one-to-one coaching for a year to go along with this. It's valued at $2,000, but it's yours free. Unlimited coaching means that you book the first call. We talk for an hour, decide what you want to work on. I give you homework. You get your homework done. You book your next call. Your next call is 15 to 20 minutes. And then we just continue that and throughout the year. It's powerful because it keeps you accountable and it keeps you moving forward. The investment for this whole program, including the coaching, is $997 for the entire year. This is really an unheard of price. You will not be the same person you were when you started as when you end. So are you wondering if this is for you, right? You're like, I don't know. I feel like $1,000. Can this really help me? If you nodded yes to any of these, questions, this program is for you, and you don't have to figure it out alone. Are you tired of feeling stuck and not making any real change? Do you believe there's more out there for you? Do you wish there was more for you? Are you ready to believe in yourself? Is it time to make that dream come true in your life? So when you pay in full, you get the bonus of a supply kit and a planner. The supply kit comes with paper, paper, paints, some painting, writing tools, and you'll also get the planner in that box of supply kit. It's at least $100 value. It will be shipped directly to your door if you pay in full. I'm keeping this first group small so I can pour into you, learn from you, and walk this path together in real time. It is limited to 10 founding warriors, and at this time, there's only 7 spots remaining. Jump in now and get your feet wet. Let's get started. You can use the QR code, or you can put this in your browser, bit.ly/the Warrior's Way. So the total value of this program with 1 year of Design a Life You Love is $2,000. 1 year of unlimited coaching is another $2,000 value. The 90-day Believe in You planner is a $65 value. And then you will also get lifetime access to Design a Life You Love and all the updates and that is worth another $2,000. And then you'll get the Doodle Healing Supply Box that's worth $100. The total value is over $6,165. Today for you, it is only $997. I didn't even add the group coaching I forgot to add the group coaching that is so valuable too. Let's start working together and get your life on the track you want it to be. You are not too late. You're right on time. Enrollment to Design the Life You Love is now open. Click on the link or use the QR code and join me in this life transforming program. You will not be the same, and you will look back and be so proud of where you've come. Let's see. I just want you to really look at this value, because you're not going to get this. I don't plan on offering this package like this ever again. My time is limited, and having unlimited coaching is going to take some of my time, but I want to really walk with you. Also, this is for founding members. And what that means is I'm going to ask you for feedback. I have a form at the end of each module. And so I'm just going to ask you to fill it out and tell me how it's applying to your life and what we can do differently to make it even better. I need warriors to show up and help me make this program the best it could ever be. And I know that you are the one. $9.97 that's less than $3 a day to walk a new path, to invest in yourself. How often are we not investing in ourselves because we think somebody else needs it more than us? It's time for you to show up and invest in yourself and in your future. Because if we don't do it now, when are you going to do it? That's less than $3 a day to walk a new path, to invest in your joy, healing, and purpose. The coaching alone is valued at $2,000. Enrollment is open, and we're just waiting for you to take the next step to join us in Design a Life You Love. Thank you so much for attending this workshop, and I hope to see you inside of my program. And I'm so excited to meet you. If you have questions or need any further help, you can book a call with me, and we can talk about it and decide what is your next step. I'm going to grab a link to book a call with me. And then so in case you're, in case you're looking to book a call and want to learn more about this crazy good, this crazy good deal, there is my link in the comments. Book a call, and then I can answer any questions you want. $3 a day is not too much to ask to spend on your own self. If you need to put in a payment plan, let me know. We can work something out. The next step is to watch your email for the recording and for the downloads. And if you have questions, click on the booking link and book a call with me. We'll see you hopefully in the program.